Nice. Right. Hello, welcome back to the Sketchpad Pod. I am Honor, half of the duo that is Honor and Alicia. And unlike Leisha, who has been absolutely killing the game, I've been a bit missing, so I do actually exist on this channel, believe it or not. Today I'm looking back through my Natural Forms GCSE sketchbook. Yeah? That is an interesting concept.
For example. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Bye-bye. So, the funny thing is, I've watched a lot of these videos and I prefer it when they just flick through. But now it's my own artwork, I want to talk about it. But I'm not going to talk about it for ages because quite frankly no one wants to hear that. Also, if the setup's not very nice, soz about it. Okay, so I haven't, oh dear me, I haven't actually opened this in quite a long time, so it's all falling apart, which is pretty fun. But anyway, title page, got some dried leaves and string, and it's big spider's web. Everyone else was doing like pretty, I don't even know, like pretty nature sketches, and I did this paper mache massive spider. I've always quite liked that. It definitely made my book a lot thicker. My book is a chunky gal, right? Yeah. It got heavy carrying it to school and back. I feel like this video is a little chaotic. I feel like I'm a little chaotic. That is sunflower that I evidently spent a huge amount of time on this and then was just like, corny to fill the final space. This is a tomato. Hopefully you could have told me that. Right. So a lot of this is what our art teacher asked us to do. That's a nice leaf sketch. We've got some butterfly studies. I was happy with these. We had to use poster paint, which was not a vibe. What was quite a classic with all these little thumbnail studies. That one took ages, and then I just wanted to finish off the rest really fast. But unlike Leisha was saying in A-level, my brain is mouth. Oh, goodness me, that's all falling apart. What a metaphor for me. Okay, flipping hot. In A-level, the titles and everything don't really matter, but that is like a big part of GCSE. So all this mounting everything and titles took a long time, but was very important that you can do a kind of not so good piece of art and just put a nice border and you're all good to go. This mosaic tiger took so long. It was a magazine collage of a tiger all my life. Okay, this is where we get onto my own like photography little project. Oh, more shell studies. I actually like this page. That was all quite textured and stuff. I was really happy with these little ones. They were quite cute. And I like the way I did that. So here's the thing. Look at this. Okay, so anyway, I'm quite critical of myself. Yay! And I am very inclined to slating absolutely everything I do, which is a fun one. I love that. So I'm just trying not to be horrible about all my work, because I'm recognising that it was like 2 years ago and it was one of 12 GCSE subjects and I worked really hard on it. So anyway, look at this texture. Hello texture. Quite pretty. Oh, my book's falling apart. That is disastrous, but look at that. Anyway, so I called this topic, this little subtopic, Vines and Bark, or Bark and Vines. I think it's probably Vines and Bark, which sounds like quite a posh like banking firm, doesn't it? Quite bougie. And it was all about Bark and Vines. So I took all these photos about my local woods. Then we have a classic, absolute classic fold out double page, which is going to be a little bit tricky to show. Anyway, so here I have an acrylic painting that I did with a spatula, which was pretty fun, of a leaf. Woo! That is the photo there, resemblance. And then those are more leaves. My narration is getting sketchier and sketchier. That says, okay, this is exactly what I didn't like other people doing in their videos. Pointing out things like that says acrylic when you can clearly see that says acrylic. So I'm going to stop doing that because that's completely unnecessary. Can I tell you how hot it is right now in the UK? Well, I say in the UK, probably it's not that hot in Scotland. But it's hot in the south. But there. Anyway, so let's move this over and have a look at the fold-out page, which probably is far less nice than this page, which was why it was hidden. That title, what on earth is that? That is a disappointment to the art community. Pathetic. I think I always meant to go back and redo it and just didn't. This, quite liked. Quite funky. That, I think that was a space filler, to be honest with you. Those bits of bark, definitely space fillers. Okay, what's on this fold out page? Okay, I'm not going to slate myself as much because they're quite cool. They are quite funky. That is quite funky as well. Sometimes, do you ever look back and think like, I could never do that nowadays? My talent has gone down the drain. I peaked early. Oh, it's downhill from here. Okay. What on earth? This skull was the bane of my life. This whole page is just horrific, if we're honest. Some people did really lovely charcoal sketches, and mine, I hated it. That very nearly went in the bin, but it didn't. Anyway, this I did because I thought I'd put it in another project, and then didn't put it in another project, and was like, better wang it in somewhere, and this is where it ended up. Here we've got a classic synonyms activity where I just wrote a huge amount of synonyms out in pretty writing, and bam bam bam, you got yourself a double page. That has to do with chalk and charcoal, which doesn't look that bad, but I don't think I enjoyed it whatsoever. And the fact that I haven't even blended that shows me that I didn't enjoy it, because if I had enjoyed it I would have put a far more effort in. This looks alright, it's very average. We've got really no tonal differentiation. I needed to just put a little more effort in. But to be fair to myself, I probably couldn't be bothered, which is, you know, a valid reasons. Okay, Andy Rogers. You know what? That's just staying there for now. That's absolutely fine. He was a guy I studied for my final piece for Natural Forms. This was leading up to my final project, which was supposed to be a sculpture. So these were little design thumbnails. It was based on Andy Rogers' work, so it was in the style of all these lovely things. Somewhere along here I'll insert a video of my final piece, which is in the lounge because my mum loves me. So those were all design thumbnails. Okay, it was actually quite exciting. So I did pottery at the time, and I used like bits of pottery to have like mosaic bits around the side, and then it was kind of like a seed pod, hazelnut shaped, and it was hollow, and inside had like an egg. It was pretty fun actually. We've got some. I experimented with Hessian, but wasn't a fan of that. I just didn't think the colour tones worked with this. So that's that. My final piece. Donezoed. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Grade shouldn't matter. That was a 9, which is like an A star. I mean, art's subjective anyway, I guess, so it doesn't, you know, who cares? I guess I cared because I put a lot of work in, like hours and hours and hours of work went into this. This is the thing that I always say, if there was a house fire, this is what I'd run in and get. This and some letters from my friends. That's what's important to me. And I'm gonna leave now. I think I'm gonna leave. Okay. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed filming it. Have a good day.